Irv Demansky, welcome to another edition of Exercise of the Week. Today we're going to focus on medial glutes by doing a seated band pull. I picked this exercise up off the Westside DVD years ago. I've not modified it a ton for our liking. It's probably one of the most effective medial glute exercises I think that we use. It's great for a person who's squatting. As they're squatting, the knees are kind of coming in. It's usually a weak VMO or weak medial glute, so we want to strengthen the medial glute, especially for wide stance squatters as power lifters. The wider the stance get here, the tighter the hips are going to be. If they're coming down, the knees are folding in here. We should be pushing out on the knees, and that's all coming from typically the medial glute. So the exercise we use is a seated band pull. I would recommend starting with light band tension. This is a micro mini band that can be picked up at Elite FTS. I would suggest starting with this resistance for any population, even females. This is probably going to be still pretty hard to use. So the box height is set up so that you want to sit on the box so that from a side view, if you can get a side view there, that the top of the knee is higher than the crease of the hip. What this will do is shut off the TFL when you're doing your medial glute band pull. If the hip is higher here, the hip will stay contracted. You won't get as much medial glute firing. Okay, so what we do is we double up our band. Place the band underneath the knees. And then we're going to get in a fairly wide stance. I use the wide position even with people who are close stance squatters or general population as well. I feel it helps shut off the TFL more and turn on the medial glute a lot more when you're doing the exercise. So we typically set ourselves up inside of a power rack, really only solely for foot placement. Foot placement is here on the outside of the rack. Toes should be pointed straight ahead. We could use the rack for a little bit of support. If you want to grab another side view. So what I'm going to want to do is, with the low back, here, look at these bands out of your way. The low back position should not be rounded. The low back position should be arched, and the arch should be held throughout the entire range of motion. We're going to drive the knees out while maintaining an arch. Hold this position for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Return. Reset your arch. Knees out again, holding for 10 seconds. Just using the rack to kind of hold the body up. Hold that position for 10 seconds. We usually do about 6 reps of these for 10 seconds total. 60 seconds of time under tension. And then down. If people have very tight hip rotators, they're only going to be able to get out so far. A few of the problems you might notice is the feet will start to turn in. This way you really want to tell the client to focus on keeping those feet still, toes straight ahead, make sure the knees get out. The key really is the distance here as far as we're getting out, so just a small pull here isn't going to cut it. We want to really get out as far as we can. Some clients might experience some cramping up in the hip, reaching here. That's just letting you know that they're extremely tight and they really need the exercise. Keep progressing through it. As they get stronger, I would progress to heavier bands. The heaviest band I've worked up to is a Monster Mini band, doubled over, which gives you quite a bit of band tension under the same rep scheme, 10 seconds, hold for 6 repetitions for 3 sets. So it could be done on a max effort day, it could be done on speed day, or assistance days. So there you have it. There's a seated band pull, and tune in for the next exercise of the week. Thanks for watching.